The lesson objective for this video, students will find the surface area and volume for spheres. So first of all, some vocabulary. What is a sphere? A sphere is the set of all points equidistant from a given point. The set of all points equidistant from a given point. And that given point is the center. So in my picture, right there is my center. The chord of a sphere is a segment with endpoints on the sphere, so very similar to a circle. So in my diagram, I can see that right here I have a chord. The diameter of a sphere is the chord that contains the center. So right here is my diameter. And then finally the radius of the sphere is a segment that goes from the center to a point on the sphere. And just like circles, the radius is half of the diameter. When we have a plane that intersects a sphere, the intersection is always going to be a circle. And then when the plane intersects through the center of the circle, when it contains the center, then the intersection is called a great sphere, or great circle, I mean. Because that is going to be the largest circle that you'll ever get, cutting that sphere. And the diameter of the great circle would equal the diameter of the sphere. And then finally, when a great circle splits the sphere into two congruent halves, we call the halves hemispheres. So to find the surface area of a sphere, it's just 4 pi r squared. It's as if we have 4 circles that if we have 4 circles, we would be able to cover the entire sphere. So similar to how a baseball is when we undo the baseball covering. So to find the surface area for this sphere, I'm just going to use the formula. Surface area equals 4 pi r squared. So in this case, 4 pi times 7 squared, which is 196 pi centimeters squared. That's my exact surface area. And then if I put it in my calculator, I get approximately 615.75 centimeters squared. So that's approximate. Looking at another example, The surface area of a sphere is 110.25 pi square feet. Find the diameter of the sphere. So for this one, we have to work backwards. We plug in what we know, solve for what we don't know. So using that the surface area is equal to 4 pi r squared, I know my surface area is 110.25 pi, and that's going to equal 4 pi r squared. So first I'll find the radius, and then I'll be able to figure out the diameter from there. So to get the r squared alone, I'm going to divide both sides by 4 pi. Pi's cancel out. So now I've got 110.25 divided by 4. And that comes out to 27.5625. If I take the square root of that, I get the radius is 5.25 feet. So to figure out the diameter, I just have to double it. And so we get 10.5 feet for the diameter. If I want to find the volume of a sphere, it's 4/3 pi r cubed. So also, just so you know, on your calculators, like say you want to raise a number to the third power, suppose I want to do 3 to the third power. It's going to be 3, and then you're going to hit the caret button to the third power. That's going to give you 3 cubed on your calculators. All right, so we're going to find the volume of this sphere, 4/3 pi r cubed, so r is 3, and so that is 4/3 pi times 27, and I can go ahead and reduce my 3 and my 27 here. And so 4 times 9 is 36, so the volume equals 36 pi millimeters cubed, and if you put that in your calculator, that's approximately 113.1 millimeters cubed. So again, depending on whether they ask for the exact or approximate, it depends on whether you leave pi in the answer. Example 4, we're going to find the surface area and the volume of this composite solid. So first let's talk about surface area. On this one, I've got the circle on the bottom, and I have the lateral area of the cylinder. And then on the top, I have a hemisphere that's caved in. So I need to find the circle, the lateral area of the cylinder, and the surface area of the hemisphere. So a circle, of course, pi r squared. Lateral area of the cylinder is 2 pi rh. And my hemisphere is going to be half of the 4 pi r squared. So plugging in the given information, my radius is 3, so pi times 3 squared plus 2 pi times 3 times my height of 5 plus half of 4 pi times 3 squared. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and take my half of 4, which is 2. So 2 pi times 3 squared. Alright, so I got 9 pi plus 30 pi plus 9 times 2, 18 pi. So adding that all together, I get 57 pi inches squared. And in the calculator, that comes out to 179.1 inches squared. and that is my surface area for the composite solid. Now looking at volume, the volume is going to be the volume of the cylinder minus the hemisphere. So a volume of a cylinder is just pi r squared h, and minus half of the 4/3 pi r cubed. So looking at the information I know, the radius is 3, the height is 5, so pi times 3 squared times the height of 5 minus 1/2 times 4/3 pi times 3 to the 3rd power. So here we have 9 times 5, which is 45 pi. And on the next one, I'm going to go ahead and cancel out the 2 there. So now I have 2/3 pi times 27, which I can still cancel out a little bit more. That 3 goes into that 9 times. So then I have 45 pi minus 18 pi. And so exact volume would be 27 pi inches cubed. And the approximate volume would be 84.8 inches cubed. Thank you for watching.